Good morning and welcome to my channel. It's Belinda here from Visualized NZ. Want to give you a very warm welcome if you're new to my channel, finding me through the heARTy Creations collaboration. For returning viewers, whether it's regular or occasional, big hugs to you guys. Thanks for joining me today. Now, the collaboration, it's called heARTy Creations. The kits that we're working with, RachandBella Crafts, who's hosting the collaboration, and also in conjunction with Edith from Scrapbooking with Me and Melina Pylant. Hopefully I've pronounced her name correctly. Fabulous group of ladies, very talented crafters, very talented digital designers, and I'm super happy to work with their printables today. So we each had to choose a prompt, and I chose as my prompt wonder. So WONDER, wonder, a sense of wonder, because to me that's part of the attraction of a junk journal, and I'm guessing possibly for you too, is that we like interactive things. We like things that move, open, close. We like surprises, and that imparts a sense of wonder when we are looking through a journal or when we're composing a journal. There's that lovely sense of discovery, which another word for that would be wonder. So let's get into the project today. I'm not going to tell you which kit the pages are from, because they're all kind of mixed up now and I don't know. I also want to apologize. I'm having printer issues, and so all of my pages are printing with lines on them. I've done all the cleaning and the checks and the reprint. Oh, it's just driven me nuts this morning. It's slightly improved to what it was, but I've been through so much paper, so much ink, and it's still printing with lines on. So hopefully you won't notice it too badly on camera. This is possibly the worst one. It really made a mess of this image, which is a real shame. But I need to get this video done. I can't spend any more time trying to fix it, so I've just got to move ahead and do it with imperfect pages. So it's just going to be like maybe in my idea book or something, instead of actually going into a journal. I do have a prototype which printed perfectly well, so that can go in a journal. I'll show you at the end. So for this project you will need several pages double printed. Now, depending what images you go with, will depend on how many you print off. So this is going to be my journal page. So I've put this beautiful print here on the inside, and I'm going to be working on this page here. And then this page is on the external of the signature page. Just gorgeous, isn't it? So I'm going to be working on this side, so I'm just going to flip it there for now, and I've pre-trimmed it and everything. Okay, we're going to build our sense of wonder on this page, and to do so I have printed off this page and this page, and I have double-sided them. If you don't want to print double-sided, then you could print on coffee dyed paper or a nice paper, whatever. You could go white. Like, we shouldn't really be afraid of white. If white's not your thing, by all means, avoid it. But, you know, don't be too afraid of the white. We can always stencil it or do things. But I've printed and I've got all these lines, which is very upsetting, but it is what it is. So let's get into the project, and then you might think about what images you would want to choose to do this project. My prototype, I use different images to what I'm using now. So I'm going to take my first one here, and I want this part, and it's going to be hinged. So I'm going to fold in a little, oh, I've still got white. Hang on a moment, let's just trim off that white there, because it will be visible, so I don't want that. Here I am saying, don't be afraid of the white, but in this context, I don't want just a random white strip down the edge. Not quite the look I'm going for. Right, okay, so I'm going to need my guillotine again. So I'm going to fold in an edge here, which is going to be a hinge. So I hope you're all enjoying the collaboration. I am quite behind on watching, which is not abnormal, I must say, unfortunately. Had 2 days out last week, and then hubby's been unwell, so we haven't, been doing much. And it kind of severely hampers my working time. Right, so I want to make sure that it's going to fit on my journal page. So I'm going to maybe go about where that break in the design is. I'll just put a mark there. I'm going to chop it at that point. But I will hopefully get caught up. I've been watching as I can, and there's some wonderful projects out there as usual. I mean, these collabs are just incredibly inspiring. Right, now I'm going to trim off the white off the top and bottom of this. And my hinge is not folded straight, so I'm just going to cut to that hinge and use it as my straight edge. It won't matter. Right. Now I'm also going to use the other part of this page, so I'm also going to trim off the white from this. So I'm going to be doing 3 layers in total, but I'm going to wait to do the 3rd layer so I know what room I've got to work with. Okay, so let's bring back this one here. I'm going to do, now on my prototype I tore it, and this one I'm thinking maybe I'll actually cut it. I do apologise if you can hear noises in the background, it's Puss. This time I'm going to cut it, and I'm just going to kind of give it a curly whirly scallopy edge like so, and end up with a lovely scrap, albeit with lines through it. Grr. Okay, and I'm going to come in here and I'm going to mitre my hinges just so they don't show. Oh, Puss, really? Not a good idea, mate. He's trying to climb into the big box of paper. And if he did, he wouldn't get back out, I don't think. And he's just knocked my phone off and getting into all sorts of trouble he is. Right, so that's going to go there. I'm just annoyed that it hasn't printed very well. So please excuse the quality of the print. It is not representative of the beauty of this kit or these kits. Okay, I'm choosing to ink with Spun Sugar Distress Ink, and I'm just taking the ink pad itself and rubbing it along that edge. I'm not inking everything, although I will ink this edge here. He's making a racket, he's playful. It's very cold outside, so I think he's come back in from outside and he's just gone loopy. Okay, so I'm going to glue that down to this, remembering that this is, not that it's important, you can put it on whichever side of the page you like, but I'm working on this inside right hand page, just to give a reminder of where we're at with that. Oh, probably should ink the back of that actually. You don't have to ink. Oh my gosh, how much racket can a cat make? Can you hear that? The noise he was making? He was hitting something into the door. So now I'm getting another cat to join the party. Snuggles is coming out. Hubby's at home. He's sequestered into the bedroom at the moment to leave me time to do my video. And he did have Snuggles with him. But she's coming out because she got intrigued by Puss's noise. No surprises there. Right, Kelly is also inside, so just a little warning, if I have to disappear all of a sudden, it's to stop Snuggles bothering Kelly. Right, so we have a little flip out here. So we're building this interactive story, I guess, if you like, that's going to bring in the sense of wonder to whoever ends up with the journal. Okay, so in choosing your images, I've chosen images that kind of work together to build towards some cohesive kind of little mini story, if you like. So with this one, I've gone with this beautiful image of the girl sewing, and I'm going to put next this one with the dress form. In my prototype, I used 3 different pages. This one I'm able to use parts from 1 page, so I've only needed to print 2 pages. I'm just going to cut off that little bit where the 2 pages, the center bit, just because I don't think it will quite work so well in this context. Right, whoops, don't chop it there. I'm trying to get the paper out. There we go. Oops. Shut the drawer out of my way. Okay, now this time I want to put a hinge on the left hand side. So this one I put a hinge on the right hand side, and you can start whichever side you like, and we're just going to alternate the hinges. So hinge is going to go on this side. Oh, again I've got white, so let's take care of the white. I obviously didn't trim very carefully to begin with. Yeah, just a little sliver. Okay, so this is my hinge side. Possibly should be scoring these to get it a bit straighter, but never mind, we'll make it work. It's not straight. I can promise you that it's not straight. Okay, so that's going to hinge on that side, but I want part of this to show above here, so I'm going to give this a, maybe take this in a little bit, give this a curvy edge, and like I said, you can tear it. I just thought since I tore my prototype, I might do something a little different. And try the cut look. So I'm going to ink that edge up. Just a very light run around. And on the back as well. So I don't think I showed you properly the back pages. I pointed out the lines on them, but hopefully you saw they're very, very pretty. And I wanted them so that they were writing space on the back. So by doing this, we're actually injecting a whole heap of writing space as well. So again, going to miter those corners. And this is actually a very simple project. It's not a very complicated one. Well, I don't think it's very complicated. I think it's quite straightforward. Right, so I just want to make sure that I get that positioned so I can see part of this dress form. But I don't want to go too close into the spine because it's going to be sewn at the spine. So I just want to give a little bit of room there. So I'm just kind of taking a mental note of where I've placed it. And let's do some glue. You can glue stick these hinges. I just find it easier to go with the tacky glue. Okay, so it was about that far in and not that high. Let's go about there. That looks good. Oops, come on. And down it goes. So we have this sense of reveal. So we've got this lady sewing. We open it up. You can write here. Then we've got the dress form. And then we can open that up. Oops, that's not straight. Is that better? I think that's better. Okay, so for the third one, and you could stop at 2, absolutely. You could stop at 2, you could stop at 3, which is where I will stop, or you could go and keep building. It's entirely up to you. The possibilities really endless. Now, I'm not sure which image I want of these two. Maybe this one, just because it's got the florals and it's got the word wonderful, which, you know, works with, but it continues down here. Wonderful are your works. Goes with my prompt of wonder. Can I get that all in? And is that going to give me a little peekaboo? Yes, it will give a peekaboo here. Okay, let's try it. We can always go to the other one if it's not going to work. So chop it on the side of that center distressed section. Oh, actually I don't think this one is going to work because the hinge is going to go into the words. Okay, and I don't want to have wonderful are and then nothing at the bottom. That kind of doesn't make sense to me. So this one will be hinged over here. So yep, that should work, I believe. So take off that white at top and bottom. So you do have to consider a little bit about what's on your page and how it's going to look when it's chopped down. So this needs to fit between our two. So I'm going to hinge it on this side. Again, I've got the white edge. I should have learnt from the first one and gone, yeah, there's probably a white edge I need to trim off. Never mind. Just another slice and she's all good. Right, so that's our hinge side. Can I fold this one straight? Who knows? Put it on my green so I can see if it's lined up. I think that's slightly better than the other one was. Okay, so we've got the cotton reels peeking out here, which is what I want. I want that little peekaboo happening. Okay, so how do I want to cut this? I think I might cut it down around here. So we'll lose the floral. Actually, I think I might, because the words is only half of the phrase, and that kind of doesn't make sense. So I'm going to trim it along here as well. Gives it a fun edge. Miter that corner while I'm here. Oops, chasing little fragments of paper. Yeah, and so this is just going to be a small one. Just going to round those corners a little bit. So a bit of freeform cutting is quite fun. Just go, because you don't have to go straight, you're deliberately going in a curvy pattern, which I find very freeing, very liberating. Okay, and the back, I've still got a mite of that top corner. Don't know even if you can tell where I've inked. I can. You can see it in actuality. I just don't think under the camera lights that you can necessarily tell that I've inked it. But trust me, it shows. Okay, so this one is going to go in here. Now I want it to overlap both of these hinges, but I also want this to peekaboo. So we're going to put it about there, I think. So this time I'm just going to hold it in place, put the glue on, and then lay it back down. So I'll get it in the right place where I want it. So we've got this, essentially a little story building. Lady sewing, dress form, cotton reels, and then writing space there, lots of writing space. Now the final, well not the final, but the next little thing is a little pocket down here so that we have something that's also removable. So I have here, this is one of the background pages, which I already cut a piece for my prototype. I'm going to fold down the top and make a little pocket. And I think I might give it gussets as well. So just folding in all the edges. You don't need to do gussets, I just am feeling that way inclined this morning. Right, so I'm going to trim out these wee corners by mitering in towards that centre where the folds meet. And that means that when you fold up the edges, they're not going to collide at the corners, and it will take some of the bulk out. I'm sure most of you already know this wee trick to miter the corners. Okay, so that's the bottom and the sides of the pocket. Now up here I'm going to do the same thing. Take out the corners, mitering them. Okay, glue stick for this top of the pocket, which is just to reinforce the top of the pocket. Ew, I've got a big lump of glue on my glue stick there. I gouged it out yesterday and forgot that it still had that lump of glue sitting on top. Yeah, we just used it up. I don't think that's straight now that I've done all that. But you know what? Doesn't matter. It looks fine. Okay, do I want to distress around this? Let's see. I do want to take a thumb notch out of the top, but I just want to give that glue a little moment to dry before I do that. So inking is a good way to give it time without sitting here twiddling our thumbs. Right, let's be brave and try it. Just going to take a very shallow one, eyeballing the centre. Not too shabby. Just a shallow one. Okay, so when you're gluing on your pocket with the gussets, make sure these side ones are underneath your bottom gusset. So when you slide things in, if it's on top of your side ones, when you slide a thing in, it's going to go in easier than if you have it underneath, where it's more likely that your item is going to catch on that paper and not go down to the bottom of your pocket. Hopefully that makes sense. So always make sure it's on top of your side gussets when you're putting glue on. So let's glue this down. Oops, switch it around so I can see what I'm doing. I'm going to pop it, I don't want it lower than my lowest flip out. Oops, want it over a bit more, preferably covering those hinges as well, just the side of those hinges. There we go. And I do have a pre-cut fussy cut, if I can locate it, to decorate the pocket. It was inside my prototype. There we go. That's lovely. Let's use some glue stick on there. I don't think I'm going to ink around it. I'm just going to leave it as is. It's super pretty. These kits really are lovely. The three ladies did a beautiful job on them, and they all coordinate perfectly. Just gorgeous. If you're into faith-based things, you'll want to grab these. They are stunning, and with beautiful sentiments and words and scriptures and lovely bits and pieces. There's also plenty to work with if you're not into the faith-based stuff. Like I have been removing the words on the pages, so you could totally do that, or cover them over if they're not your thing. But really they are faith-based digitals. Still got these. We are all the work of your hand. So, sense of wonder. I hope it's sort of conveying that sense of wonder, that we open it up and we reveal, and we open it up and we reveal. We open it up and have our final reveal with our tag. Now, I'm not going to make a tag or a journal card today. I just don't think I've got the time to do that. But you can, whatever, a journal card, or just make sure I didn't actually glue that down, because I'd shifted the position. It had actually caught in a few places, but we're all good now. Yeah, a journal card or tag to go in that pocket would be just lovely. There are some words in the kit, and I did think maybe I would use some of those. There's even some of these lovely little tags that you could put, you know, do a bunch of those in the pocket would be lovely. It'd be very cute. Very, very cute. I'm just looking here for the words. Come on, words. Where are you hiding? I thought I'd left you at the top, but obviously didn't. Okay, so some beautiful words to use. So this has words on already, so I think that's fine. Maybe a word on here. Just looking at the options. I think I'm going to put willing. It's not a word we see often actually in junk journal kits, willing, and I think it's a lovely one to use. So bear with me while I just cut out some words to use. I do think I will distress around the words just to make them pop out a little bit more. So reinforcing the story of the revealing of the growing scene with words. So whatever words you like to build your story. And you can make these with any digitals, you know, and build your little scene. Where do I want it? I should have worked that out first. Maybe over here. There we go. So there. So willing. And then on our wee cotton reels, willing and fulfilling, I think, work really nicely together. So when you're doing any creative activity, you're willing to do it, you want to do it, you're willing to do it, and you're fulfilling that need within yourself, and you're also fulfilling your vision to bring together, whether it's a journal or a card, you know, whatever you're making, you're fulfilling your vision. So willing and fulfilling. I think that works quite lovely. And do we want something on the pocket as well? A little word or phrase maybe? You could also put something on the back. You could add more words or phrases on the back of your flip outs. Continue to build the scenario. So let's put that down there. You could put little tabs. I thought about putting tabs, but I didn't want to kind of add too much bulk. Okay, so we are all the work of your hand, willing, fulfilling, and here. Thankful for the blessings. I think we'll go with thankful for the blessings. Oh, I'm getting hungry. It's getting close to lunchtime. It's not a bad thing, is it, to get hungry towards a meal time? It's quite appropriate. It's probably also a signal that I need another drink. I think I'm one down today on what I would normally be. My schedule just goes out the window when hubby's home. It really does. I have my self-appointed routine, and when he's home, I don't know what happens. It just goes to custard. And that's not a criticism, it's just an observation. Do I want to put that? No, I don't want to put it in the book, because then it's going to take away, I think, from the beautiful image there. Thankful for the blessings. Okay. Whoops, get it in the right order, dear. So that's the thing. Whoever has the journal, you know, they might flip it in a different order, and that's perfectly okay. Doesn't really matter. You can have it this way round if you want. Just means you've got two opening on the same side. And you could actually build them on the same side. If you didn't want to do the opposite, you could just continue, like have your second one here, have your third one there. You could build them all the same direction. I just like the idea of them alternating. So there we go. I think that is my project for today for heARTy Creations. Lost the name there for a moment. Yeah, beautiful kits to work with. Stunning project. Did I just call my own project stunning? That's not what I meant. Stunning projects being made by other people is what I meant to say. But I'm very pleased with how this turned out. I think it's fun. I hope it imparts that sense of wonder as you're making it, and as somebody opens it and does the gradual reveal. In my heart, that's a sense of wonder, and I hope you get it. Okay guys, thanks so much for joining me. Make sure to catch all the other channels that are doing the collab. The link will be in the description box, so you can go down, find the Linktree link. It'll take you to all the freebies available. It'll take you to the kits where you can purchase those. It will take you to all the other channels and where you can find the videos, so make sure to check it out. I'd really appreciate if you are not subscribed. If you would like to subscribe, I would absolutely love that, to welcome you to my channel. But at least leave a comment and a like would be fantastic. Have a great day, enjoy the rest of the collaboration, and hopefully I'll see you back again soon. Bye for now. I almost forgot to show you my prototype. How silly of me. So let's just get this in the right order. Okay, this is my prototype with this beautiful girl with the camera on the front, and my page that I chose, just a writing page in the middle, and this beautiful rose pattern on the outside. So our first flip here, this is with the torn edge. So that's the difference between the curvy cut and the torn, and I think both have their place, so you choose whichever style you like. Flips open. This one I did different backing papers on each of the pages, whereas with this one I chose the same page on the back of them all, just because I felt like there was enough going on with the different layers that I felt it needed a bit of cohesiveness with the backing paper. But again, you choose which one you prefer. You'll see there's a different page on the back of each. So this one, you get a bit of the windmill in the back there. It opens to reveal the windmill, again with the torn edge. Little peek of the bird in behind, and then there's this green pattern on the back of that one. And we've got this birdhouse with this beautiful dove there. Again, the torn edge. And then it opens up, and then I just didn't get to do the pocket. But I do have that same green paper wherever I put the piece. Here it is, which I've kind of started doing. The pocket will go in here and look something like that. So that's that one with that reveal of the story. So she's taking a photo of the windmill, and the windmill, there's birds flying around it, kind of a bit looser than the sewing one. But there we go. My apologies that I forgot. I turned the camera off, turned around and saw it there. I was like, oops. But never mind. I'll stitch the videos together and you'll still get to see it. Okay, this time I really am going. So, bye.